Today I want to talk about Alejadro Orallana, the guy that was famously passing out technical gear to rioters. And I also want to talk about some information about who might be funding some of this stuff that's going on. Did a little bit of homework, and I challenged the Latinos to rate me on my homework. Give me a grade. But to give me a grade, you're going to have to do the homework yourself as well and tell me where am I incorrect. Or you're just going to be lazy, do nothing, and wait until your masters call you, the Democrats, the corporate media. Let them fill you with their bullshit lies. But yeah, I challenge you, Latinos. I want to challenge your beliefs. So Alejandro Theodore, the update that has came up about him is that he's part of Brown Beret. I didn't even know there was such thing as Brown Berets existed. I knew about the Chicano movement in the 1960s. Their whole belief system was equal rights, education, all that good stuff that in that time a lot of people were fighting for, the Black Panthers, which the Chicano movement took after the Black Panthers. That's where the Brown Berets came from. So it started off good. It started off for actually helping out the Chicanos, the Latinos. But as time went, in 1970s, they disbanded. That's, everything was done and the chapters were still out there though. Fast forward to today, as always, every good organization starts off of helping people, pushing a good agenda. But as time goes, belief systems put in place, programming gets put in place, ideologies and agendas change. Now the Brown Berets believe in open borders. They believe in free health care for all. They believe they should take back the Southwest of the United States, which is everything the uneducated Latinos claim to be stolen land. They believe in all this. Now, the reason why I'm bringing him up and why I'm bringing all of this up is because that's the problem. There is Latinos out there that want to protest, peacefully protest. They want to show their strength through peace, their concerns through peacefully protesting. I understand all of that. But when you have people like Alejadro Theodore, a Brown Beret, that have different beliefs, different ideologies, and a different agenda, can blend in with the rest of you guys. And all it takes is some encouragement. And you have what happened in LA. You have what happens in other states like New York, Chicago, Philadelphia, Detroit. Disruption, violence. And we have these type of organizations that have a whole different belief, that are on a whole different page than you are. They drag you into it. And from what I've seen so far, they have partially succeeded. These Brown Berets believe in revolution. Since they believe that they should take Southwest United States back, why not let the Spaniards take Mexico back? Why not let the Native Americans fight each other for their lands? Throughout human history, there's been war. Casualty of war is lives and land lost. So all this ideology of stolen land, all this ideology of we should take this back is damaging to the actual cause that people that are protesting peacefully and sincerely is going to get disrupted. And it's going to be a bad outlook on them. Now, the people funding this, and it's what is being reported, and it's so far what is coming now is Charla is one of the organizations, a non-profit organization that seems it's behind this. They back up Gavin Newsom. They are giving about $500,000. In return, Gavin Newsom has given them $34 million funds, taxpayers' money, to these organizations. And I was actually pretty surprised to learn that Crowd and Demand declined the offer for their service. They declined it. They say that they don't want no part of this because they don't believe in rioting. They don't believe in putting their people in that kind of danger. I think they want to just clean up their images. But when you have the backing of governments and being funded by your money, one can only assume that's how the tactical gear came about. Now, it can be different organizations, but right now, the investigation is leading to Charlotte. $34 million. Even Joe Biden contributed 3 times. Couple $100,000. Again, I said it, and I'm going to keep saying it. These protests are not organic. They're not normal. If watching on the news how Alejandro Theodore was passing out tactical gear wasn't a proof enough, if exposing crowd on demand wasn't proof enough, now we're starting to get a little bit more details, like the brown berets and their beliefs, like Charlotte, where their money's coming, how much money have they received, and what are their connections to the government, to Gavin Newsom more particularly. There's another organization as well that has been opposed to Gavin Newsom's recall. They have contributed to his campaign for that. And they also have contributed to anti-ICE raids. So NGOs are not for the people. These non-profit organizations have their own agenda, and if you follow the money, it's leading back to the Democrats. So this is all relative information that one must know. Because even though it is a noble cause to peacefully protest, you got organizations and you got people with nefarious reasons. They blend in with you and they move on with their plans and catch all of you guys with those plans. Cops don't know who's who. They only see a disruption and they're there to stop it. So Latinos, next time you want to peacefully protest, be aware that these organizations are out there. Be aware that Gavin Newsom has given millions of dollars of your hard-earned money to these organizations. Now you might say, well, they believe what I believe. You should do a little bit of homework. You should pay a little bit more attention, because it's not, they're using your cause, but for their own purpose, for their own agenda. I want to see what else comes out of this, because they're talking about also China has been involved in this. They even said that they were involved in the 2020 election with fake ballots. I'm going to dig into that. I'm going to do my homework on that as well. But imagine that. If this is all slowly but surely coming out, you should start using critical thinking. You start being more aware and cautious of who's truly on your side, who truly believes in what you believe in, because they're going to drag you down with them. So far, it's been working. I know that the non-organizations fundings of all of these protests have been talked about, but I have not heard them talk about the brown beret of Alejandro Theodore. I don't know if the corporate media has talked about it. It wouldn't surprise me if they haven't, because obviously it doesn't fit in their narrative. It's a bad outlook. It starts to put the seed in people's minds, and it starts to grow to maybe these are not organic protests. But as it is you to decide. You should decide with the information that you're taking. Again, I'm challenging the Latinos especially, because I truly do care. But you can't just go in there blind. What I mean by that, if you believe everything the corporate media is telling you, if you believe everything the Democrats are telling you, or any Republic or any politician, look into it. Do your homework and see if it falls into your beliefs. If they are on the same page as you are. Don't just blindly follow, because at the end of the day, it's going to destroy what you're trying to do, and what you're trying to accomplish will be overlooked. And the main focus will be the violence and the destruction that it caused. So again, Latinos, rate me on my homework. Stop being lazy and see where I got things incorrect.